Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're sifting through the latest gaming news.
Yeah, trying to pick out what's really significant, what might actually, affect how you play.
Exactly. We've got news roundups, some podcast chatter. Let's just get into it.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Okay, first up, Nintendo. Big news, right? The Switch 2.
Oh, yeah. June 5th, 2025. They finally put a date on it.
And a price. $449.99. Seems about right.
Maybe, yeah. But the interesting part, I think, is the mention of potential issues.
The trade tensions, U.S. tariffs.
Exactly. They mentioned adjusting supply chain strategies. That's usually code for we might have trouble getting these made or shipped affordably.
So from someone wanting one on day one, could be tricky or more expensive.
Could be both, honestly. Limited stock, maybe higher actual prices if tariffs bite hard.
Yeah.
Pre-ordering early might be the way to go if you're set on it.
Right, good tip. Okay, shifting gears. Xbox Game Pass.
Always something happening there.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto V is coming back. Again?
Yeah. It's like the boomerang of game subscriptions.
Seriously. But what's the play here? Just pure subscriber bait.
Well, yeah, partly. GTA V still has a massive player base, right? Bringing it back definitely boosts the perceived value of Game Pass. Keeps people subscribed, maybe pulls in a few more. It's a reliable heavyweight.
Makes sense. And then something totally different on Game Pass.
Oh, Claire Obscure.
Yeah.
Expedition 33.
Yeah. A turn-based RPG, Belle Epoque era. I mean, talk about a unique setting.
It really is. And I think that highlights, their strategies, not just the big blockbusters like GTA. They're also bringing in these more niche, maybe more artistic titles.
Broadening the appeal.
Exactly. Catering to different tastes. That Belle Epoque vibe is certainly different. Could be really cool.
Okay, now for something a bit further out there maybe, Web3 gaming.
Ah, yes. Futurum Gaming and Race to Infinity.
Right. They launched this Web3 game. They're minting Genesis NFTs. There's a token generation event soon. Can you break that down, like, simply?
Sure. So Web3 games fundamentally often use blockchain. The NFTs, non-fungible tokens, basically mean you own your in-game items, like properly own them as unique digital things, not just license them.
Okay, ownership. Got it. And the token generation event.
That's usually when the game launches its own cryptocurrency, its own token. Players might earn it, spend it within the game's ecosystem. It sort of creates this mini economy built around the game itself.
Interesting. Still feels a bit Wild West.
It definitely still is, in many ways. Lots of experimentation happening.
All right, let's check in on what the podcasts are saying. All Elite Arcade was talking about a few things.
Mario Kart World updates Chronos. The New Dawn.
Yeah, but the one that jumped out was the leaked Elder Scrolls 4th Oblivion remake. Why does a leak cause such a stir?
Oh, it's pure nostalgia power. Oblivion is like the classic RPG for a whole generation. The mere rumor of a modern remake get people incredibly excited.
Even if it's just a leak, not confirmed.
Especially then, sometimes. You fuel speculation, hope, gets the forums buzzing. Of course, you got to take leaks with a huge grain of salt, but yeah, the excitement is real.
And a Slice of Gaming podcast was asking if Assassin's Creed is making a comeback. It never really went away, did it?
No, not really. But I think they mean like a comeback in terms of critical acclaim or maybe returning to its roots. The series has evolved so much.
Right. So are they talking about going back to stealth or
maybe a big reinvention? It's a perennial question for massive franchises like that. How do you keep it fresh but also satisfy the longtime fans? It's a tough balance.
Definitely. Okay, a couple of quick ones to wrap up the news. Heroes of the Storm.
New PTR patch, balance updates, bug fixes, good stuff for the dedicated players, keeping that game alive.
And for Xbox owners, new games this week.
Yep, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Steel Seed, and Post Trauma are hitting the platform. Bit of variety there, too.
Cool. So quite a mix this week, then.
Yeah, you've got a major console launch, potentially facing headwinds.
Big names hitting subscription services.
A company pushing into Web3.
And plenty of buzz around remakes and franchise futures.
It really shows how varied the whole landscape is, doesn't it? From AAA hardware down to indie releases and new tech like blockchain.
So the final thought for everyone listening, with all this going on, new consoles, Web3 experiments, classic franchises maybe returning, what part of it grabs you the most? What trend or announcement do you think will actually change how you play games next year?
Yeah, what are you personally keeping an eye on? Something to think about.